low on gas and you need a jacket.
Okay, I'll fly over there.
Yay! He's so fast. That's probably gonna be the video. Sorry about that.
It's okay. Hello, everyone. This is Quest Unplayed, where three gamers talk about anything and everything about games, and we usually have guests. I am the co-host of Quest Unplayed, George, and today's Quest is joined by Anthony.
Hey everyone.
Zach.
Hello.
And we have another guest, Ahmed.
Greetings.
Okay. This podcast is sponsored by Minimap, your ultimate gaming hub and a gaming companion app. You can sync your game accounts, make your own game collection, connect with other gamers, and just enjoy the original content. And let's watch the Minimap sponsor video.
Just got cozy, but yeah.
Yep, this is where we kind of rest.
Wait for my
Dance with
noises.
the music.
Good noises.
I like the doo-doo-doo. Makes me happy.
Ah, that noise.
If that played in my life, every time something good happened, I would just be constantly trying to get good stuff to happen.
How about this? Why don't you create a text message alarm notification?
It's coming, it's
Mine's
coming.
the Mario.
Oh, there we go.
Mine's the Mario coin noise on my phone. People get really annoyed though. I should play this weekend. Yeah. Heck yeah. Get on it, bro. Get on
Hey,
it.
what this weekend?
You gotta jam out against Anthony, man. Anthony's already beaten it. Got it yesterday. The 40-hour game, and he did it in one night.
Minimap, your ultimate
Is that what
gaming
you're gonna
hub.
play this weekend?
I actually don't know. I got a 4-day though, so I'm really doing.
Yeah, actually,
It's a
Believe-
4-day one.
believe it or not, Anthony actually played the Claire Obscure Expedition 33, 48 hours of the game in one day.
Oh, that's crazy.
He
That
only
is
took
crazy.
breaks to have
No.
someone bring him food, and he wore a male diaper.
No, yeah, and also he went
Like,
back in time.
I'm not stopping. I'm not.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we're going. We're still going.
Do you remember that South Park episode where he's playing WoW and then he's like,
Yeah.
he's basketball, but then he calls his mom, "Mom, come down here."
Yes.
And
trying
then, and then
we're
she
trying
puts
to get
a
us-
box, like a box, and then put it underneath the table. Go ahead, do it. Do your business.
Oh
They're trying
god.
to get as strong as that one guy in the forest to fight him. That was such a classic.
Yeah, good old South Park.
I recommended Claire Obscure to one of our squad members, and he couldn't let go of it either. At
Yeah.
all. We couldn't drag him out of it. It was really good.
Yeah, I mean, I think like a lot of people that I've spoken with, like talked to recently, they said like they're just playing this game, just can't let it go.
Yes, yes. As a gamer, love it. As a dev, very jealous. Yeah. It's a lot of competition, yes.
There's a lot of mixed emotions there we could unpack.
Yeah.
I love it, but I'm also jealous.
Yes, thank you for
Yeah.
acknowledging that. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Have you played it, Zach? Yet? Do you plan on playing it?
Someday I'm trying to dig through all the stuff that I got to get done for my stream. So
Yeah.
I'm still playing
That's true.
Traveler's Refrain,
Oh yes.
and I started a new area of my job today. So I'm freaking busy because now I'm doing stuff. Fast go, guys. That's all I can say. But yeah, maybe one day. Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely gonna
Okay.
play it myself. I'm gonna make my big brother play it. Yeah, definitely gonna play it for sure.
I saw I got it on Game Pass, and I have Game Pass, so it's not like. But I've kind of been eyeballing Dredge more.
Dredge is a good game.
I don't know if that's a bad thing, but I'm gonna
I
get.
think Dredge is pretty good. Yeah, Dredge is
Yeah.
a pretty good game.
I'll try it.
Yeah.
I'll try it this weekend. I'll try it this week. I'll send Anthony pictures of me
Okay.
playing it. I'll just like selfie.
Yeah, everybody's selfieing in that game. Everybody's taking pictures of the landscape and like the little stuff.
Oh, I didn't know. I was just kidding. I was just,
No, they do. They
Like,
do. Like
oh.
everybody's been
I
saying,
mean-
sending pictures of the landscape. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
yeah, the game looks, from what I've seen, the game looks amazing. So,
Yeah.
and it came out.
Anyways.
Doom just came out too.
Yeah, that Doom actually. Yeah. That took about a week. No. When did it come out? Like last week, right?
Yeah.
What,
Yeah.
Doom?
Yeah.
Yeah,
The Dark Ages.
Last week.
Yeah.
Dark Ages.
and you just run around and murder people in that too. Just
Yeah.
obscure
I think-
murder.
Not people. Not people.
Well,
Yeah,
Like aliens. Well, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
come on now.
60% done with that game.
Humanoid in some parts, you know.
Monsters. Monsters.
Yes. Anyways.
That boss on
Ahmed.
demon.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, Ahmed, could you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Okay, sorry. Yes. Well, enough shooting the shit. Let's get serious. Okay, so yeah, nice to meet you guys. My name is Ahmed. I'm the middle brother of Hexo9 Games. I am a co-founder with my two bros of this team. We started in 2024, early 2024, on what you guys see in front of you. It's an episodic game, an episodic project that we started, and we were testing it out kind of with episode 1, where it was kind of like one level, not much to it, just point and click, a couple of things in one house. But what you guys seeing here is our ambitious attempt at expanding on that with episode 2, where we added something which we love, which is a JRPG element, which is the turn-based combat you see, and then something we really like from a lot of RPG games, which is the romance and the internal mental aspect of the human relationships as you go through your journey. And yeah, we wanted to add 2 paths to this game, and picking whether you side with the good, which is the voice of good, which is your friends. You will get certain type of special powers to your friends in the turn-based combat and a different ending. Whether you choose to side with your inner demon and let your inner voice take control, because we all have negative voices. If you let the inner voice take control, you get buffs, but you also get kind of a toxic ending. And it's all packaged in kind of I would say a 3D graphics kind of style that we packaged it in. And we love mechs, so we had to throw in mechs in there. But I don't know if you want me to go into detail about the story of it, but I was just going over the technicalities of it.
Yeah, I mean, and to the details, we'll definitely talk about it later on when we into this episode. But I just wanted to see what you guys do or what game it is about, what the game is about, and all of that. So
Yes. For sure,
Sweet.
for sure, yeah.
Romance and battle.
yeah,
Yes,
JRPG and mech.
Yes, because we were not gonna do romance, okay? But we had a couple of team members who were like, "Yo, you need to put romance in here, or we're not playing." And we're like, "Okay, let's do
Like,
it."
where's the romance, man?
Yeah.
Where's the drama?
Yeah, where's the drama? And I'll be honest with you guys, we have a couple of projects that are crazier, but we're only, we're a tiny team and we're pre-funding and we're literally putting the whole house on the line. So the whole family's like stressed because we're all working on it, family, colleagues, everybody's pitching in, and our life savings going into it, chasing investors and all that. It's I think it's a fun journey. But I come from a different struggle. I grew up in an engineering struggle where the projects already have funding. Creative projects like this, you need to chase the funding and you need to inspire the audience in order for troops to rally. Sorry,
Have you tried pulling up to the funding with a van and being like, "There's candy in here"?
Not with this mustache, dude. I'll pick one of the handsomer people in the squad, but yeah, not me.
You want some popsicles? Huh? They're like,
Not with
yeah. Like,
not
oh,
with
yeah,
me,
funding.
man. Yeah, not the wrong guy for this. Pick somebody who's better looking for my squad, Yeah. but
Boy,
that's
you could always just wear like a mask of like just, hey, you want some candy funding? And he's like, yeah, no,
Chase-
no.
The devs should make that a new strategy. Just chase people with a van. Yeah, just run around, chase people with a van. Yeah, but honestly, like I said, sometimes the project is like in engineering. The project money for it is already set, right? The government or something. You already can justify the spending. But creative projects, you have to hustle more to convince people about stuff.
Yeah,
but
that is very
you need
true.
more passionate devs. The devs are generally more passionate, so more fun, I would say, in my opinion. But I'm biased.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Because like
Yeah.
you're doing a project, it's probably just somebody wants you to knock this out, but this is like you want to knock this out because this is your baby.
Yes, we want to show you guys the battles, and we have to stay in day and night. Well, I stay in day and night to plan, and Big Bro stays day and night to execute. And we have to stay in a lot of nights because we want to show you guys something, and it's a lot. So, yeah. But it's more
like
fun.
it.
You love the project. You're invested in it. So when you get the funding, you're like, okay, I'm going to make sure that all the passionate people are on the project so that it thrives. You know how it is with AAAs nowadays. It's just a lot of churning of money, and it's hard to get the
I'm just
efficiency
kidding. I'm
back.
just kidding. I'm just kidding.
No.
I didn't do
I'm not
that.
gonna say anything. I'm not gonna say anything. Yeah, AAAs are still helping the economy, so I'm not gonna say anything. So
Sure,
we're
sure,
biased.
Yeah.
I'm sure they do their stuff.
Yeah, no, I like them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I went on a tangent back.
No, you're good,
It's,
brother.
it's good. So yeah, we'll talk more about your project, and your experience and all that. But before we start, let's take the gamer type quiz. Are you ready?
Yes. Throw that.
You ready?
I saw that in a couple of your videos. I'm excited for it.
Nice. Hope you like it. All right.
Okay.
First question. It's finally the weekend after a long, tiring week. Do you ask a friend to play a video game together, or you need to spend quality time alone?
I do both. Okay. The second one. The
Second.
For me, I want the second one. Yeah.
Okay. Next question. The new game that just released isn't your type, but a friend is urging you to play with. It's not your cup of tea, so you refuse at first, but it would be fun if you played together. Or you listen to your friend's words and play together right away.
What's the difference? Sorry, I just.
So first one would be like, oh, no, I don't want to do it. I don't want to play it. And you kind of refuse at first, like you don't want to play it. But then
Yes,
like later.
yeah, it's first one.
Okay, eventually you actually kind of play. Or you give it a thought.
Yeah, I guess, sure.
Okay.
Thank you very
Next question. You are thinking about joining a community with strict terms to get game information. From self-introduction to attendance check, it's too much, or it has good game information, so getting ranked up after 3 days is not a problem.
Second one. Yeah, I would definitely go after it. For sure.
Nice. Next question. Before buying a game, you carefully read over people's reviews, watch the trailers, check the price, or if the game looks interesting, you trust your instinct and make a purchase.
Okay, so when I was younger, I would pick the second, but now that I'm older, I'm definitely first.
So what is a game that you bought most recently?
Damn, I forgot. I can't remember. I don't know. Shit. Oh, I got a free game. Ark Survival. The other day, I got it on PS Plus, and I heard
okay.
good reviews about it, so I'm gonna try it.
Okay.
Yeah, I got it on PS
Okay.
Plus.
Okay.
It was a catch, It was the evolved one.
Okay.
Ark Survival.
Ark Survival. Writing that down. Next question. If someone is watching me playing a game from behind, it's the perfect opportunity to show your amazing gameplay, or you're actually good at it, but due to pressure, you are missing skill shots.
First one.
Okay.
Show off the game. Yeah.
Yeah. Next question. You are playing a newly released game for the first time. Rather than having regrets later on about missing something, you go over the tutorials, or the game seems to be similar to the one you've played before, so you skip the tutorial.
I never skip tutorials.
Okay.
Okay.
So is it because you're a dev, or is it something like a personality thing, or your characters?
It's a personality thing. Like I'm the they make fun of me as the HR Karen sometimes. So
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
I'm the annoying bro. Yeah.
All right. You are playing a mystery solving game. Based on your years of experience in mystery solving games, that guy is the culprit, or that person looks suspicious, but you need to start collecting evidence first.
Second one.
Yes, evidence is very important.
Yes.
Next question. In order to equip the rune that increases defense by 0.01%, you have to return to the lobby. That's not a big difference, and my friends are waiting, so you just go. Or please, you tell them to wait. You go back to the lobby to equip the rune.
So there's people who actually make their party members wait 0.01%. There's
Yeah.
actually people who there's
Yeah,
humans who
I
make
mean-
you wait.
Yeah, there are people who like to min-max.
I would never make you guys wait a freaking 5 seconds for
Min-max
0.01%.
Now my fart's a little stronger.
If you guys are outside, okay, maybe 5%, I would go back and equip. But if it's 0.01, no.
Yes.
What even relic is that? You know what I mean? Like,
I don't even know. Maybe you have like like a relic that you have that increases your attack by like 2.5%, and then you find something that's like 2.51% or something.
is it one of those things like a relic, like a item tree?
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like
Build
you
up.
can, yeah,
Yep.
maybe. If I'm playing alone, I would maybe go back to the lobby. But like if friends are waiting, they'll probably like leave. They'll be like, hey, can I just switch this rune that gives me like 0.01% attack? They'll be like, okay, bye.
Yeah, like, dude, just do it later. Like,
Yeah,
don't
you're
tell
not
my
in the group
friends.
anymore. Next question.
If you play the right game, you don't have to go back to do it. You can just do it during the game.
Yeah, that is very true.
Okay.
Nice.
Sure.
Interesting. During gameplay, your companion's character has been bitten by a zombie. First, you might be able to find the cure, so you decide to accompany them, or everyone in your group can get infected, so you choose to kill them even though it is tragic.
No, the first one, definitely. I hate killing characters. I hate killing NPCs.
Okay.
Yeah.
But what if that person becomes the root of all the zombie problems?
It does not matter. We will save our own until the last breath.
Okay.
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 I would just throw the whole lot of them. Just
Yeah, that's a good mentality. I
We'll
guess.
not jeopardize our principles, guys.
people aren't
Okay.
even sick. Just like. No, I'm just kidding.
Next question. Even if you don't express it, you feel like you keep losing because of your friend. Are they not feeling well? I lift up my friend's spirits, or you send them a link to the characters, tips, and tricks, and suggest the gameplay.
The first one.
Okay.
Yeah. Instead of talking shit, yeah.
Next question. The character has bad performance, but the appearance is totally your type. Considering the balance of your party, you cannot put them in your party, or you have to put your favorite character in the party, no matter the cost.
Character has bad performance, but appearance. Yeah. Definitely I'll go for function over form. So, I cannot put them in the party.
Okay.
That's like a Baldur's Gate 3 kind of question. If they're like looking sexy, but do I put them in the party?
Yeah.
No. Yeah, no. Yeah, that's not gonna
Your current desktop, your computer PC desktop, is messy with tons of icons, but it does not affect your gameplay, or you hate chaotic things, your desktop is neatly cleaned.
It's the first one. It's messy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Before getting into the game, you search the internet just in case you end up missing achievements, or you have never played a game for the achievements.
I'm ashamed to admit that I have not played games for achievements.
Okay.
My
would-
little brothers, like, you're a noob. You don't have platinum in this. You don't have platinum in that. But I play the game to enjoy and just relax and just check out the scenery.
Okay.
But yeah,
I wouldn't be ashamed. It's just what you do.
Yeah, I think so. Like these, I mean, I think when it first came out, it was like more towards a lot of people kind of competing against who gets more achievements or like who gets it faster or something. But then now it's like they just play it on their own pace.
no, I like to be competitive sometimes. So low key, I'm still salty with myself about it. But yeah, aside from that, yeah, moving on. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay. So your brother would probably love Minimap a lot. You can see all of that.
Yeah.
Anyways.
He kills Dark Souls a lot. Yeah, he does that a lot.
Last question. You, who happen to play lots of games, you play a game you feel like playing at the moment from your collection, or you have a gaming schedule on when to beat a certain game.
No, I'm very random. I literally pick random stuff off the list. So the first
Okay.
one. Yeah, because the PS5 downloads fast, so...
You are a charging berserker. Okay.
That hot and strong.
Yeah, this is pretty common one, but let's see. How'd I look? Hot and strong. Oh, that game looks interesting. Clicks the download button, and I'm ready to charge my way to victory.
Okay.
Can easily adapt to any game, but goes into berserker mode when trying to beat them. Their patience just can't handle it. Tutorials, those are for noobs. All I need is my great sword to carve a path. Oh, this is actually off because you said you play all the tutorials, right?
Yes.
Strategy, what's that? You win if you do more damage to your opponents, right?
Okay.
While in voice chat, you always lower the volume of that one person you can't stand. More smashing, less yapping.
Yes. Okay.
Everyone, look at me! I've killed an opponent. I'm the captain now. Pretty
Sure.
and you're pretty good at buying small items. Sometimes your jokes cross the line and slashes the mood.
Sometimes.
Okay,
Yes.
sometimes. So
Yes. But that tutorial thing was off, but pretty much most of it was on point.
okay, that's good.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say. Yeah.
So you are good with the chatty bard. We don't have a chatty bard here. And you
I
like
play one on D&D, but I'm not one.
yeah.
Just want to throw it out there.
And you like open world game maybe. A free spirit gamer.
Okay, sure. I love Ghost of Tsushima. That's open world, right? But that I love it because of the flowers and also because the subject of Mongol invasion is close to my heart.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I don't want to go into history, so
Okay.
That sounds
Yeah.
legit. Okay.
Yeah, it sounds. Isn't Yote coming out this year?
Yes, it is. Yes,
Okay.
it is.
Are you
It's gonna
excited
be
for that?
amazing. Yes, Sucker Punch, let's go.
Let's do it.
Let's do
All
it.
right. So thank you for taking the gamer type quiz. That's fun.
That was awesome. Is it okay, would you say it's similar to that Myers-Briggs personality test kind of thing?
I've never. Yeah, it's like I think it's based on MBTI. I don't know if it's too popular in the States or in the North American region, but in Korea it's very, very popular. The MBTI, the ENT. I told you that. I told you this. Yeah, the Zach. So when I was in Texas, I would always say like, "Oh, Zach, you would be a P," or "Zach, you would be."
He literally was like, "You wouldn't make it in our office." I was like, "Why?" Because I'm happy. And he goes, "Yeah."
Why? Why is the office that depressing? Damn.
No.
Wow.
That's what.
so
that-
keep
yeah,
it remote.
I was like, I really want to come hang out in Minimap. You know, maybe one day try to fish my way in there. You know, and he's like, "Yeah, we have one guy like you," and everybody's like, "Why is this guy? This guy's too happy." And I was like, "Damn, I'd really." I walk up like, "Hey,
No.
hi, Gary, everybody."
Yeah.
gotta hide. Yeah, you gotta hide the sad so I can keep happy. You know, put the sad away. Yes.
I
Yes.
already get enough trouble at work for being the happy guy, so it's whatever.
No, I love your positivity, Zach. That's good.
Oh yeah,
Nope.
oh yeah. I'll go
Yeah.
down smiling. Promise you.
Nice.
Yeah.
Um,
Wait. I actually want to see what Anthony is. Are you familiar with any of the MBTI tests, or Anthony?
Not really.
So Anthony,
yeah.
I want to ask you this one question. For both of you, actually, Ahmed and Anthony. So let's say your girlfriend, your girlfriend comes home and says, "I am sad and I bought bread." What is your first response?
Wait, she said I am sad she bought bread?
Yeah, I am
Sad
sad.
about bread.
Yeah, I'm sad. I brought bread. I bought bread.
So she bought the bread out of sadness.
Okay. What would be your first response, though, Anthony?
I have peanut
Sounds
butter and
legit.
jelly.
Okay.
What did he say?
Yes, I have peanut butter and jelly. What the heck is that?
That's
You would
bread.
not say that to your girlfriend.
Bread.
That's a pretty open question, and you got
Yeah.
That's pretty much what I would say though. That's
Yeah.
Hey,
that's funny.
I had a hard day, and I bought some bread, and you're like, "Oh, I got peanut butter and jelly. Let's make some sandwiches."
I would say why. I would literally ask why. That's
Okay.
I like to ask that.
Actually, can I interject a question now to Anthony after he said peanut butter and jelly?
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Creamy or crunchy?
Crunchy.
Yes. Okay, we're definitely coming to your house.
Okay.
Go
So the question for that, the answer for my question was, if you're actually asking your girlfriend about her emotion, like why are you sad, or talking about the emotion, you're an F. But if you're actually focused on the bread, like why bread, what type of bread, then you're a T.
Didn't I say something like, "How much did the bread cost?"
I have no idea what it was. But F is more like emotional, and T is more like
Yes.
logical. They're like focused on the fact and all that.
As I get older, I feel like I'm starting to get emotional. As silly as that.
I feel like that game, that question though, is kind of hard for someone who's been married for a long time, because
That is, yeah.
at first, when I was dating my wife, and she'd come home and she's like, "Hey, I had a rough day," I'm like, "Oh, tell me about it," you know. Now she's like, "Hey, I had a rough day and I bought some bread." I'm like, "Cool."
Yes.
Yeah, like, what's the bread?
Sounds like a normal response. I would respond the same way. Yes.
Yeah, like, where'd you buy the bread?
Because once you ask her, she's either gonna be like,
That's about it.
Yeah.
"Yeah." Once you ask
But,
her, she's either gonna be like, "Well, this, and this," or she's not gonna say nothing, and you're gonna be like, "Oh,
Yeah.
okay." It's weird.
Yeah. All right. Okay, I think we should move on to the things that we have to actually do. Let's move on to our first waypoint, bulletin board waypoint. This is where we talk about the weekly stuff happening in the gaming industry. And first one we actually want to talk about is Netflix is trying to make an animated series for Clash of Clans.
Oh, they don't try anything.
Oh,
They will.
they're not
Watch.
trying. They doing
They
it.
will. Netflix doesn't try.
Yeah, I'm sorry. They're doing it. My bad.
They're gonna get Jason Momoa in it. Maybe Bill Skarsgård. Who knows?
So,
There's gonna be
I think-
people in it.
I think what do you guys think about this, movement of like all these entertainment companies trying to make games into like movies, animated series, or any sort of things? Is it like a positive sign for the gaming industry, or is it kind of like, well, what's your opinion?
Anthony, you go first since you have the first thoughts.
Yeah, look at him.
I
He's thinking.
mean,
Yeah.
in the beginning, like we always thought video games to movies was always gonna be a bad move because
Yeah.
they never turn out to be right, or never turns out to be good. But then we said the same thing when it comes to turning books to movies also.
Hmm.
Okay. Okay.
I remember
sure.
the.
Yeah, that is very true.
Mario
That is very
Brothers,
true.
Where John Leguizamo played Luigi.
Oh god, that movie was yeah.
First of all, do you guys like any adaptations? Like, can you guys think? I liked Arcane, but I know a lot of people who didn't. So, for example, can you guys think of something that you liked that was a game that turned to a movie?
I'm trying to think of some now, but I know that Arcane's kind of a weird one because it's animated, right? So it still
Yes.
plays in that whole role of
I guess
kind of
you-
like the
I guess-
art direction.
Yeah.
But if I had to say, even so, like look at the Mario movie, the new one they just came out was a huge success, but once was animated too. So I think you get in the weeds or kind of the sticky place, and actually Last of Us, which a lot of people love, but I've heard so many people talk about how Ellie doesn't look like Ellie in the game, or the
Yes,
girl who
yes,
plays her is
I
a
agree.
crappy actor, and I'm just like, God, man, nerds are never happy. But no, it is sad when
No, but she doesn't look like her, dude. Like, it's nothing like the girl in the game. Okay,
Yeah,
but you're right.
but-
You're right. It's an actor. It's an actor. Who cares? Yes.
This is why
Yes,
when
right.
it comes to animation, it's much easier because you just make this character out of
Yeah.
thin air.
Yes, yes. And also for go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, and I think that like one thing that they did super well on Arcane is the fact that the art was so good that people didn't care that it was
Yes.
animated. Like if you would probably go watch Arcane if it was a movie, just like Spider-Man, right? The Spider-Man
Yeah.
movies with Miles
Probably,
Morales,
yeah.
gorgeous, right? And you love watch his stories.
Yes,
Great.
yes, I love
So
those. Yes, yes.
I think it's all how you go at it.
Hmm.
But there has been some. I haven't seen.
Yeah.
Has anybody seen the new Minecraft?
No.
Not yet, but I heard mixed
I
reviews.
I heard a lot of bad reviews about it.
Yeah.
Really?
Okay.
I haven't
Alright.
heard anything. The only thing I heard about is when it first came out that everybody was talking about the chicken races or
Chicken jock or something.
chicken jockey or whatever.
Yeah.
And that's
Yes.
all I've heard about it. And people didn't like Jason Momoa's hair, but it was a little weird.
Yeah, actually, I've never seen or I've never heard from anyone who said, like, oh, the movie was actually good or bad. They never told me about the actual content of the movie. They were always talking about the chicken jockey thingy, and where people just go like, crazy and like, throw chickens in the movie theaters, popcorns and all that. And then also, some people just say like, I don't know, it's just the movie, I guess. They never like actually talk about the content that were in it. I mean, maybe it's just because like I'm not a big Minecraft fan at all. Like, it's not like I don't hate it, but like I've never just gotten into playing it a lot. So maybe that's the reason why I didn't, research deep into it. But maybe for Minecraft fans, like, especially like the young generations, they're probably like in their 20s or teenagers, they probably love Minecraft so much. They're like, basically Minecraft is like their world, which was turned into a movie. So maybe that would feel a little bit different. But like, if for example, like, when World of Warcraft came into a movie, that's like our generation, and a lot of people hated it. I know people hated it.
That graphics were kind of like, I don't know. Okay, like when you have a game, you're controlling it, so it's not as weird as a movie. So you get away with a lot more. When it's a movie, you don't control it, so you're showing me something that's trash. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, and so I actually typed up movies or games that are live action, and I got some really interesting ones. And so these were what they said the best ones were. So the first one was Last of Us. Was ranked number 1. Twisted Metal number 2, which I haven't seen yet.
Me neither.
But I love Twisted Metal. But one that I didn't know, but I watched the movie and I love the movie, but I didn't know it's the video game Werewolves Within.
I don't know.
So the funny thing about it is, I think the first 2 are TV shows. So turning a video game to a TV show is much better approach rather than movies, because like you said, movies are 2 hours, 3 hours. You can put everything in there, but when you have a TV show, you can spread it out.
I think that is very correct, because I mean, think about, like, Fallout was a very good one. I know.
I was about to say Fallout. Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
Fallout was also a good approach. And I know, like, Borderlands was like terrible. I heard because they try to stick everything into a movie, and also I can't think of any like movie that turned out okay or good from, like, there was a game for. I can't think of anything.
Because
there's one on
hard.
here that was really good. I thought Silent Hill, the first one, that was pretty good. Halo, another series.
Oh, Halo was
Assassin's Creed. I don't
But
know.
then Halo got canceled the second season.
Yeah, the second season.
Hate it.
That's weird though, because I actually did like it, and I didn't think I would.
I think a lot of Halo fans, of course, the community, were outrageous of how they approached Halo with the TV show. I mean, the special effects, everything else was good. I guess the story-wise, it was not Halo in a way.
You know what was a hard one for me is the guy playing Master Chief was also in Orange Is the New Black, and his name on that was Porn Stash. And I didn't know that, but I was watching and I was like, dude, this guy's ripped. Who is this guy? And then my wife's like, that's Porn Stash from Orange Is the New Black. And I'm like, and I looked at it, I was like,
wait, I can't.
I found that the same way as you, Zach. Yeah.
What now?
Wait,
So I found out the same way as you. Like, the wife watches that show, and I hear that name a lot because they talk about him in the show. They're like, "Oh, it's the Porn Stash."
Well, he's a dick in the show.
Yeah, I know.
And so when I was watching it, I watched Halo. I'm like, damn it! I wish you would have never told me. It ruined it for me. I was like, because
I never knew. So that guy, Master Chief.
See?
Wow.
But he's way bigger in Halo. Like, he's huge in Halo. In Orange Is the New Black, he's not as big.
It's the suit.
I can't believe. Yeah.
Jeez, Anthony, but blow my bubble again, buddy. All right. I don't know if that's burst my bubble.
If you want a Master Chief suit, this guy make one.
I'm good.
It'll make it tall.
Another movie I think failed, or it might have failed in the box office, but I thought was really good, was a gaming one, was when they did the last Resident Evil and they tried to make it like the game. I actually kind of digged it a little bit.
Oh, yeah. Like in the beginning, yeah.
Let's talk about that one in detail, please. Like Resident Evils, I like some of the old ones because I was a child. I don't know, maybe they're good. But they're just like Mila Jovovich shooting stuff. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I was a little skewed because Mia was one of my favorite. Mia Jovovich was one of my favorite actresses because from not Orange Is the New Black, but the Sixth Sense. Or what is it? What was the one she was in?
With the Bruce Willis? The Fifth Element?
Fifth Element, yeah. I don't know why I said Sixth Sense, but that was one of my favorite movies because I love Bruce Willis, but I also loved her. And then when she was in Resident Evil, I was like, I don't care. This is not like the game. I just like them. But the new remake, I kind of like.
Yeah, they're doing the fire. But they're doing the fire drill.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
I like mute myself when they start, doing the announcements and stuff.
That's the craziest sounded one I've ever heard.
That was Zach. That was Zach Paul's button right there.
Yeah. But speaking of which, actually, The Last of Us is not going to end in the second or third season. So, like Anthony was saying, like it's actually better for games to be adapted into like a TV series so that they can actually expand into their like storyline in detail. So I hope they don't like go to like season like 19 or 20 or something. But I think like a good amount would be like 4 or 5. Like I think the good TV series should end at like season 5-ish. Unless you're like I think 5 is a solid number. Unless you're like The Office.
5, 6. Yeah, 5, 6.
You know what I think would be a good one? Actually, they have a preview for it, so I don't know if they put it out. But remember, anybody play Far Cry 5?
A little bit.
I hated Far Cry.
The 5 was kind of a cool one. I would dig it if they made that a show. Evidently, I'm looking at it right now.
Wait, let me just check. Which one was the 5 one?
They make a Far Cry movie.
They are?
A long time ago. They made one a long time ago, and it flopped big time.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Far Cry 5. It says Inside Eden's Gate, full live action short film. Well, the actors in the short film though is an actual real actor I've seen in movies before, so I'm confused.
This looks like something you would just like hate watch, but yeah.
I do that quite a bit. People who always, I'm like, oh, this B movie looks horrible, and I'll watch it, and I'm like, this is horrible. People are like, what are you doing? Yeah. I'm pitching myself during it, like, no, I'm just kidding.
Critical review.
So interesting thing is, I believe there are actually, let me just double check. Yeah, there are 44 video games that's turning into movies in production right now.
Wow. That's a big number.
I think going back to the original question though, when people are like, how you asked, is it good? I think it's a sign. We all know that video game is the largest medium. It makes the most money out of all of them. Music, movies, and and
yeah.
I think a lot of times people really want to see. Sometimes people want to see their character being portrayed on a film or whatever, but then it's also. It's one of those things like when somebody makes a really crappy Marvel movie and you're like, God, this is not the character I read in the comics. But it's the same with the game, right? So when they pull out John Leguizamo and put him in Luigi, which John Leguizamo is one of my favorite actors, and you're like, what?
Yeah,
I like him. But it's the same with the game, right? So like if somebody made Kirby and they just took Jack Black and painted him pink, I'd be like, I don't think I like this at all. Like, like didn't even shave his mustache, just all pink. And I'm like,
I mean, it's understandable. But I guess same as movies and video games, they are also within a budget.
Yes.
They have a budget.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, movies have gotten just like games.
But with Netflix, I believe Netflix is doing. Well, now they're doing Clash of Clans. That's because it's that. But they're also doing Gears of War TV series.
Okay.
Well, that might be real good.
And they're doing Assassin's Creed also TV.
Okay,
series.
now that sounds fun.
And this is Netflix, so they do have the budget.
Okay.
I say, did they not learn from the movie? But we'll see. Who knows? Maybe they'll make it better.
The movie was different because they're doing a movie is one thing, but they're doing a TV series. That's another thing.
I think their approach is a good one because, like I said, movie is a little bit. I mean, unless you're trying to come up with like sequels after sequels, like So Sonic, it came out with the second one, right? Sonic 1, Sonic 2.
Yeah, Sonic movie is fine because it's Sonic. It's not like you have to do a lot of like big TV shows episodes.
Mm-hmm. Right. The story is like straightforward, right? It's not like complicated like other like The Last of Us. Like imagine if The Last of Us was just like a movie. In like 3 hours, that would be like skipping all these great good scenes, and like a lot of people would hate it.
And Mia Jovovich watch in and starts killing the zombies in there, and you're like, wait, what? What's happening right now?
Don't you like the movie where they show one scene and then you see them walking, and then all of a sudden the next scene wait, how did the guy hit so fast?
Yeah, they're skipping a lot of part. They probably shot it, but they have to like cut it. Okay, this part is gonna be cut. So
there's a lot of editing.
A lot of editing there. I think, and also one thing that I heard from a friend of mine is that while watching The Last of Us, he realized that how great of a game the actual game is compared to the drama. Like, he's watching it, like, some parts are getting boring, but like the game, like he hasn't seen any part, like, had felt any of the part, being boring. So you can kind of realize that the game itself is actually a lot better than the movie or drama.
Yeah,
in that sense.
I was waiting for you to say that. Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
in that sense. I guess that's like go ahead.
You do extra stuff, right? Like you do like little stuff. Like I'm sure you guys would agree. Like you do little tiny things. You gather, you craft. So you take away the boringness of the show, because the show sometimes has drag-on moments, or a movie it has drag-on moments. The director is just doing fillers, right?
Yeah,
Instead of the game, they have fillers, but the fillers at least are more interactive.
Sorry,
I cut you off.
That is very true.
You're good. You're good. Yeah, no, the pacing is like. I think that a lot of people don't. When I hear people that are just like, ew, video games, I don't think they understand sometimes that some video games, just their stories are written so well, like Telltale's Walking Dead.
Yes.
And games like that where the story, you'll play the game, and afterwards that story lives in your head.
You're crying.
All the other things.
Like,
yeah. Why is he that? But spoiler alert. But no, that's one thing I think is really a hallmark of a game, is if you can think back and you're like, wow, that story hit hard. So. And then you got the whole struggle getting to the story, because you're part of it. So you're like, then when you finally get to the part where you made it to it, and you get that, it's kind of like a reward. You know what I mean? You're like, thank God I finally beat that boss, and I get to see this cool segment or whatever.
And I enjoy it. Yes, I was gonna say in terms of Fallout, because George mentioned Fallout a couple of times. I was gonna say I couldn't. Fallout's show was so good, I couldn't get past the first episode, because it gave me, like, I know it sounds silly, but like the setting was so ugly and well portrayed. I was like, that's a lot. It's a heavy dosage of drama and action. I need to save it for later. Like, I couldn't get past it. That's it.
Fun fact: the Fallout TV show, because how it did, it increased the number of players playing Fallout 76 also.
Yes, I think I read the news. Yes, I think at one point it was like the number one sold game or something in the UK or something.
Yeah. And all you see, people are going back to Fallout 4, Fallout 3, all the Fallout games. They're all going back to it.
So I think they did like some good things for the game itself too. I guess that's like the positive. I don't know what it's called, but like giving positive effects for both sides.
I would say too, Fallout is one of those games where making a show for it is just, I would say, easier. To be honest with you, just because when you're playing the game is built off of your character, the choices you make. And so they had a lot of room to just be like, kind of tie things into that are in the game, but also add characters, because the characters in the game are in you. So it's not like there's a necessarily like one character you have to portray. So I thought that was a pretty good idea too.
Yeah.
And who doesn't like, I don't know hardly anybody that don't like Fallout, to be honest with you.
Yeah, very, very true. So
I'm always waiting for nuclear bombs. I'm like, wait, no, damn.
I think it's bleak, but I love the game. I love the game.
Yeah.
It's a good game.
Yeah, very good game. And I think this is like a positive movement, like, because, remember like back in the day, like when comics books or like books were made into a movie, they were like all horrible. Like most of them were horrible. And then like as they kind of, I don't know, like improved, or technology improved, or they kind of realized what they liked. There are some movies that are better than books, I would say. Like I've never watched a movie that is better than the original book until I watched Harry Potter series. So like because like the first two I didn't like, because I was like, oh, this is a terrible movie. And then the starting of the third one, I started to like it, and then it all became like a great franchise, like that and Lord of the Rings as well. So
wait, Harry Potter's a book?
Exactly.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, so like
I've never read it, so
I never watched any of the movies, but I loved Hogwarts Legacy. I couldn't stop playing. I couldn't stop playing.
See, and then and so like
Hogwarts Legacy 2 is in development also.
Yeah, yes. I heard that too. That's good. That's good news. Yeah.
Nice. More time to waste
Yeah.
and not dev. Just
Yeah.
play for my
Yeah.
own selfish pleasure. But yes.
Yeah, so I guess as we're seeing like the TV series that is adapted from games like The Last of Us, Fallout, and Arcane and stuff like that. Maybe like once these this group or the entertainment industry kind of matures a little bit, maybe we'll start seeing like better ones or not better, I would say, but like the ones that fans actually like more than the previous ones. So that's good.
I mean, hot take: Pixels is the best video game movie of all time. Just saying. I'm just
Okay.
kidding, but I just want to throw that out there 'cause
Because of Pac-Man, right?
he's my baby boy. And he chops off his
Wait,
arm. I'm like,
Pixar-
"Oh,
He said,
that's
Is
so funny.
is Pixel one with the Adam Sandler?
yeah, it is.
Or okay. Yeah, I
it's
watched
with
that
Adam
one.
Sandler.
Where that
Okay.
guy has that big monologue. I think it's probably my favorite part of the movie when he's all like yelling at him. He's like, "You infant mega," and he's like, "Beautiful Nubian man." And he's like, I can't. And he pulls him away. I'm just like, wow, that's definitely what I would have done too. Like,
Yeah.
but it's a good movie.
Yeah.
But people don't like it. But I think it's fun.
I'll still check it out just to hate watch.
I think
Yeah.
the thing about it though that I like is I grew up playing 80s games like that. So
Yeah, that's the thing. That game will be good. I mean, that movie would be better towards adults because
Yeah,
we
that's
we
true.
live in that time period. We
Yeah,
play those
yeah.
games, not for people who just like just started gaming right now. Like, oh, I don't know what this is.
Yeah.
Pac-Man.
okay.
Who's Pac-Man? No, I'm just kidding.
Wait, So it's like
They'll probably say
one of
that.
those.
Yeah. So good news is that 40. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Sorry, go on. You go first.
Oh, good thing is that the 44 games are being made into a movie right now or a drama. So maybe we'll have a good chunk of that being actually loved by the fans.
Do you know how many of them are shows versus movies? Because like Anthony just said, for some reason the shows seem to always hit better.
Yeah.
Like the series or whatever, like the episodes.
It's because completing a video game takes time. It's not
Yeah.
like a game. You finish a game within 2 hours, 3 hours, 10. It just takes time. Like for those kind of games that turn into movies or TV shows.
Very, 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 very true.
Yeah.
Okay, I think this is a perfect time to move on to our next waypoint. The companion waypoint. This is where we talk about Ahmed's game, Ahmed's studio, and everything.
Okay.
Anything about your studio and the game. But before we actually start the conversation, let's watch the trailer with sound. How does that sound?
Sure. Let's watch it with sound.
Finish it.
Great.
Show them your
Good.
true
What's the
power.
sound?
What is Project Emiko? I didn't choose this fight, but if stopping Eric means losing myself, so be it.
You're
Man, I love
fighting the
how
wrong
voice acting
battle,
guy
Turner.
voice.
You're
He inspires me.
weak without me.
That dude inspires me.
Tougher threats than him. Just
I wish my
give me
voice
your-
was as cool as his.
Accept it, or lose everything.
You're nothing but a pawn, Turner.
We still believe in you, but you have to believe in yourself.
I'd love to write a ballad about this moment.
Blake, we're here
I'll tell
for
you a story about this
Don't
guy.
let it win.
Get out of
The
my
guy with the
head!
saxophone.
It's about control.
Don't let your own mind become the enemy. We fight for each other.
Okay. So, that guy with the sax that you just saw, I don't know if
Yeah.
you guys saw the movie The Lost Boys. It's an older movie in the 80s, okay? And I have never seen it, but I was in America for the first time in the United States, and I saw it on TV, and that guy was like oiled up. There was a sexy sax player in the middle, Tim Capello, and he was going crazy. And then my brothers and me, we saw him, and we were like, we're gonna put that guy as our bard. Okay, he's gonna be the bard in our party in RPG, but our guy is gonna be in an armor, in sci-fi armor. So what you guys just saw is
You didn't want to do like a half armor so and oil him up a little bit?
yes, kind of thing. Like like he's the sexy guy in the squad who gives the artistic opinions, and then he jumps into the armor. Like he's gonna be playing sax while the battle's going, basically. But we wanted to do something that's a tribute to RPGs.
Yeah.
That's dope. No,
Yeah, I can definitely see like it's a turn based. So I guess you were inspired by a lot of JRPGs, I would assume. Are there
Into Breath of
yeah
Fire, or yeah.
yeah is there any like are there any specific games that you were inspired by to implement that battle system?
Yes, yes. Well, obviously, different team members get different games, but I would just quickly give you Final Fantasy X. One of the big
Oh,
ones.
my favorite Final Fantasy series.
Yeah, the one with Titus. Yeah, the
Yes.
10. So they have like that weird sport in the water or whatever.
Mm.
And but there's a lot of games like that. So there's one called Breath of Fire. There's Suikoden 2, like the older ones. But we feel like that isometric anime style needs a lot of needs a lot of artists. So you need a lot of 2D artists. What we have is Unreal Engine and MetaHumans. So you can create with those a system that simulates the JRPG, but you're using, I would say, like cutting edge graphics. So that way we can inspire kind of a JRPG style gameplay. And then when we looked at it, we were like, okay, he needs some spice in the story, so we're gonna add romance with the other characters. And the idea, the whole thing got inspired from layoffs. We kept seeing layoffs around us. And then we were like, okay, the main protagonist of this game is going to be laid off by his corporation. Okay, and, but he used to work for them. Like he's an agent. So just quickly, background story, real quick. The city is controlled by a corporation, like any other city. Yeah, and the corporation is called Cyberpulse. So they are a private defense contractor, and they make androids for protection. And they are interested in rich minerals from underprivileged countries. So the main protagonist used to do dirty stuff for them to set up mines and do all that stuff in those countries. And all of a sudden, they tried to kill him, and he woke up in the first game where he doesn't remember what's going on. And he made a pact with a demon because, we were like, let's make it interesting. So he makes a pact with a demon that always talks to him because, when you're under really tough circumstances, you develop mental issues, right? You develop voices in your head when you get pushed by situations in life a lot. So, but in this game, the demon helps him. So, you get to pick whether you're a mean guy, a badass, you listen to the demon and you're not friends with your boys and girls, and you stick to the mission all the way to find out that the bad corporation is trying to take over. Well, not take over, but they want to build a space base in Mars. That's like the third game stuff, but yeah. And another thing is that we work with a small project. I have to tell you guys about this project a lot versus when big companies, AAA studios, when they work with a project, they keep it hush-hush. And I hit you guys with the surprise product once, and it makes more of an impact versus you guys know about this now. And later when I tell you about it, you're like, oh, Ahmed told us that there's a story about blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? Like, it's not the same wow factor. But we're a small studio and we need the engagement, so we have to work with marketing in a different approach. Sorry, I went on a tangent because I switched from the story to marketing and all that other BS with production.
No, yeah, I loved all that.
Yeah, because go ahead.
I'm sorry. No, I was gonna say. So what I'm getting, or I think you probably already said this, but just clarification. There's two endings to the game, or is there more than two endings?
There's so far because we don't know because we're very small and we're trying to work with two. So you pick the good side and you side with your friends and you get a cutscene from that. You side with your demon and you get the cutscene from that. So obviously an ending is a cutscene. So you pick that cutscene and obviously the choices in the cutscene have to reflect in the battle. So you get different armor, different weapons, different skills based on who you side with.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And we love sci-fi. So Claire Obscure, our beloved competition, they went with a fantasy style. We want to go with a Mass Effect kind of look and a gritty American look. We don't want something that's very romantic and sensual. And we want something that's like Warhammer. You know what I mean? So we wanted something more gritty. And, because when you're under tough situations, under difficult circumstances, you're gonna face life with grit and tenacity. So the main protagonist is trying to figure out the plans for this evil corporation while, developing a relationship with his friends and figuring out more about himself as he goes all the way to the end. And this is an episodic project, so I would say that our first game has not been the most successful, and for good reason, because I wanted to make it a test project. I saw my older brother working. We are not game devs before. This is our first gig. So we don't have the experience that other devs have where they messed up a game, no offense, in other studios, and now I'm gonna make a new studio because I know what's ins and outs. This is our first time. I come from a background of electrical engineering, but project management. So I know how to manage a project, but it's an electrical engineering project. So this is my first time managing video gaming projects. And my brother is similarly, he comes from a software development, but not from games. But because Unreal Engine is free, that's what encouraged us to start the studio. And we saw how extensive the library is of assets. And, there's so many people that got laid off that we see around us. And so many studios get shut down that I felt like I want to be stubborn and prove that you can build a place that people love and they don't hate themselves, that cares about them, that makes a game that people like. And survives.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. That's my mission. I have a mission.
No, that's
and
That's very dope.
that's a lot, but it sounds like you wouldn't be surprised at how many people, and I think the indie scene developers, we see a lot saying the same thing.
Yes.
It just shows you like a lot of humanity and passion,
Yes, and they're amazing games. Like some of the indie games, like I played an indie game called Sifu. Okay, and it's such an amazing game. Like, maybe other people didn't notice it, but I loved it. Like, and I played it as a gamer. I didn't care about it as a dev. Like I played it passionately. Sometimes when you play a game as a dev, you're too busy analyzing. You forget to have fun as a child. Because when you're playing games, you should be having fun as a child. You let that inner child within you.
Yeah.
If that makes sense, I don't know.
Isn't the studio that made Sifu coming out with a soccer game called Rematch?
Yes, I think so. Yeah,
I think they are
kung fu style soccer thingy.
There was a movie about it too, by the way, but not related.
Yeah. So, but anyways, back to your studio. I was just wondering, so how long did it take you guys to get here? From the early stages of development or initiating a studio
technically, technically. Okay, I started. I incorporated this business in 2023 at the end of it, so 2024. Let's say at the beginning of 2024, and it took us. Okay, it took Mo 6 months before that to a year to get Unreal Engine figured out, because he was playing with Unreal Engine before that by himself before we incorporated ourselves. So he started on Unreal Engine a year before we incorporated, so he's been experienced for only 3 years, and we've been running for 2 years. And we've made half a game. I would call our game half a game. I'm genuine in that, because we cooked it very fast. But I told him I want to see how painful it is for a studio to get through the publishing phase of getting a game outside to you guys. I don't know how much pain that is. And once I saw how much that is, I was like, okay, now I know how much it takes from A to Z. Now I can start actually planning, because you never know how to plan unless you shoot that first measuring shot. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
No, 100%.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So it was a practice game. So our first game, we plan on making it free. Once we get the second page for Steam out, we're planning on pushing the first one for free so that people can see that Mohammed cooked one level by himself, no narrative designer, no art, nothing. Just not even me, like just by himself with a couple of assets. He's like, look, guys, I can make a game. I'm like, okay, Mo, you can actually make a game. What is this? And he's like, yeah, we can make a game, dude. He's like, we can pursue our dreams. Making a game is not just that easy. You have to dig hard. You have to dig so many days in the trenches, dude. And animations, voice, art. You know how it is. Organizing the troops, and then how it is. We're pre-rev, so when we work with people, we're like slicing the cake as we go. So I'm like, hey, Mr. Artist, you get this many percentage out of the product. Let's go. And he's like, sign me up, dude. Let's do this. And we make a pact. Like anime. I don't know if you guys see in the anime, they make pacts with each other. They're like, yeah, we'll do this. Friendship.
Yeah. There's a lot of animes or mangas.
In the name of love, let's do this.
Let's do this. Let's not stab each other. Okay.
I was gonna say too.
Oh my gosh.
Have you ever we hear it all the time from indie studios. Has anybody or you ever done like a game jam? Like, tried a game jam?
We were told a lot about game jams. I haven't personally done them. Well, neither has the big guy. We were told about them, and then he looked at them and he was like, "Dude, do I look like I can have time for a game jam with you?" And I'm like, "No, you don't." And he's like, "All right, dude, let's do this." Because, he's not even shaving his own damn beard. Like, he's, every day it's either a new YouTube video, how to do something in Unreal, or actually doing it in Unreal. There's no in between. Like, you got to do something, you got to execute something, or actually learn something, how to do it. Or plan, come up with a concept for a new level, because actually brainstorming takes a long time. I learned in games. I didn't know that.
Right.
I used to think that studios are slow because they're slow in execution, but it turns out that the execution needs a lot of guidance sometimes. Brainstorming before them.
I just want to go on the record saying I never thought that. No, I'm just kidding.
I did. I used to be a gamer. I walked into this business as a gamer first, and then a dev, because
I think the first time I realized that gaming was, I think the first time it dawned on me how much it takes is when, remember when a lot of the companies were being exposed for how much they were making the devs work, like they weren't letting them go home and see their family, and they're like feeding them through tubes, or like make the game, like So it was to me when I found out that, and they were just how I was like, let them go home and see their family. like I'll wait a couple of months. Let them go home, man. It's like, I haven't seen my family in 2 years. And you're just like, oh God, poor guy. Go see your family. So and then you gotta have to kind of have a better appreciation for how bad, whenever the teams are like, I'm sure EA or some extremely nice companies like, yeah, guys, no, take your time. Yeah, I'm sure they're like, work. There's some guys like sweat's coming out. He's crying. Pictures of his kids that have already aged a couple of years and they haven't seen them yet. So
all sad, depressed.
He gets home and he's like, "Son, you're so big." He's like, "It's been 13 years, Dad. How's your game?" It's like,
but we have it like sometimes we have that kind of like hot energy where we argue about, like, for example, the way a character's hair is gonna look like, because we're still brothers, and like we're designing a character with a metahuman. He's like, "No, dude, this haircut's gonna be nicer. Let's go with this." And we're just going back and forth on a little haircut, but it's actually not bad. It's fun. It's a creative process. You go through it, and at the end of the day, you're making a character. That's a privilege. You're creating a character and you're giving it voice, and he or her becomes a living thing in the computer and then moves around. Like, actually seeing how a project comes to life, because at first it's just a sketch, and then a couple of intelligent humans, they turn it to just static meshes, right? Like, they're all T-posing at first, and they're just like to be, because I'm not experienced in the coding as much as them, so I'm just like looking at Mo, they're all T-poses, and then after a couple of days they're like moving and they're doing cool stuff. And he's like, "Okay, now we put voices on them." And he's like, "Now what do you want them to do?" I'm like, "Can we put like skills? I want them to be trained in the art of the Bushido." And he's like, "Okay, I guess." Like, we just mess with stuff like that. You add little designs to characters.
To Bushido.
Yes, you go into that. Yeah, because it's like little skills, like little like melee skills in the combat. We think the sci-fi genre doesn't have enough melee combat. Usually the fantasy genre focuses on guns. I don't know if you guys agree. Star Trek, Star Wars has good amount of swords. I like that. But Star Trek doesn't have enough swords. And there's a lot of sci-fi that doesn't have enough swords. So you were kind of going with Star Wars approach with the swords. So, but our swords are more Final Fantasy inspired.
So it's like a mix-up.
Star Trek does have neck pinches, though.
Oh, yeah. That thing with Spock? Is that the Spock thing?
Yeah.
yeah.
Wait,
so the Vulcan pinch.
Yeah, Vulcan
pinch. I'm new to Star Trek. Don't laugh. I'm new because
you're fine.
I've only been in Canada for I would say 12 years. So I'm finding out about all the TV here. Like, I used to watch TV from there, but there's a lot of TV to catch up to still.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
I grew up on
So, question on the hairstyle issue. Who chose that ponytail, the guy's ponytail hairstyle?
Oh, the original the original man that we are going for has a sleek hairstyle. I don't know if you saw him, Zach. The guy with the pony. He already has like a Witcher 3 kind of hairstyle. And then we went with a similar hair for him. And also because it's a placeholder. So another thing I want to tell you guys is that a lot of the time we're showing you these characters.
Yeah.
We're changing them. So
Okay.
I'm like,
It's a work in progress then.
yeah, so that's the problem. Like, because I need to tell you guys about the project because you need to know who we are. But for example, I have a girl on the squad who is 1,000 times better than me at making hair or picking the hair. So I was like, hey, here's the meta-human. You design because you're a brilliant person. And this girl has designed something brilliant. So I'm like, okay, the footage that you guys just saw, we have much better looking characters that I
Much
need
more
to
stuff added to it.
Okay.
record to it.
Okay.
So because we evolve literally every day. So like right now, what I just showed you guys is literally what we just achieved like last week, right? Like the little combat.
Yeah.
We actually have combat from A to Z that is modular that we can replicate for 30 hours. Because we want you guys to play for 30 hours. We aspire, but our game we're gonna target 6 to 10. We're gonna be honest, 6 to 10. I don't want to stress my team out. So yeah, I don't want to lie to you guys and say 30 hours. 6 to 10.
Wait, is it 6 to 10 for an episode or for the entire game?
For an episode. The next episode, 6 to 10. The one after, we want it to be 30 to 35. Because we want to have it took us one episode to add a turn-based system. So in the next one, the one after that, we want to have a kind of like a Baldur's Gate 3 when you have the camp where they come back and they have a little camp. So we wanted to have like a little house that the party members go to. You clear it out of mechs, and then the mechs die, and then each person gets a room, and they customize the room based on their personality. And you get to talk to them and all that, romance, blah blah blah, just like Mass Effect and BG3. But we're a tiny squad, man. There's like running on fumes here. But yeah, we have big plans. We even have plans for religious projects in the future because we're crazy like that. We had I don't want to say too much. Yeah,
Okay.
I don't want to get excited. Yeah.
Okay.
Don't give anything away yet.
Yeah,
Jeez.
don't give away. How many people are in the studio then? Like, how many people are involved in this
We're all
project?
we have people who are full timers, and we have people who are part timers. So full timers 7, part timers 20. Including the
Oh.
7.
So 27.
But everybody's a volunteer because I'm promising them a slice for now. And even my own brother, I'm like, yo, we're gonna feed everybody and then ourselves. But what I do is I have to prepare a slice of the game and market it to everybody in a short amount of time, as opposed to actually working on the product. So I have to make a tiny chunk and make it high quality so that you guys can see something that's nice and replicatable for a longer amount of time. So for example, the first game, we showed the audience that we can execute a point and click level, right? And that point and click level can be replicated 100 times depending on your money and time, right? But it's executable. So we proved that. So second one, we want to prove that you can get a nice turn-based game with that for 6 hours of gameplay with a limited amount of time and hours and money, right? Because a lot of these AAA studios, they waste a lot of hours, and I think the output of a smaller team that's focused can be used to save money.
100%.
Yes.
The only thing I gotta say is I didn't see one dude with a mustache.
Oh, a mustache is new. I usually have a beard, so for some reason it's hot in Canada. I know it's getting hot up here, so I shaved the beard first, and then the mustache is coming off next.
I literally have taken a game that was 5 stars in my thing, and I was like, no, this is a 1.5 because I saw no mustache. And until they get a mustache, I am not. No, I'm just kidding. I do just like to
Yes.
jerk around.
Yes. Well, you know what? Sorry, go on, George. I cut you off.
So it feels like the game was also kind of inspired by maybe like the Resident Evil series as well, because of the camera angle and point and click, moving around and stuff. Like there was a dev, also another indie dev that we talked to, who was developing like a sci-fi adventure game as well, and it was a point and click third person. Get the camera angle as well. So like I was wondering like if you were actually inspired by Resident Evil series.
If you ask Mohammed, he wouldn't tell you Resident Evil. He would say, okay, have you guys heard of the Deus Ex? I don't know if I'm saying it correctly. Deus Ex.
Oh
Is that
yeah.
how you say it?
Deus Ex? Is it
Deus Ex.
Deus Ex, I think.
Deus Ex. I'm sorry, I'm so stupid. I don't know how to say
No,
that.
you're not stupid. I think we're all jacking it up.
Yeah, we're like, do you shoot? I'm like, no.
Deus Ex. But yeah, that one, beautiful. Like that's exactly the vibe I want to go for. They know how to give. But I hate the
I can see
gameplay.
I can see the inspiration
Yes.
in a way.
The corporation. Yeah, I didn't notice it, but then when I looked at it, I'm like, okay, yeah, I can see where they're going with it because it's a lot of the subjects that we're discussing, and yeah, our bad guy is obsessed with going to Mars, so yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, you know, because there's a lot of rich people who are obsessed with going to space. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, and he's gonna annoy a bunch of people. He's gonna be in the city of US, so yeah. But
Sounds like my bad guy in real life. Just kidding.
I think a lot of the validation for us comes from a community. So we're talking to you guys, probably gonna bother you guys to be on our list of close friends when we push a test build out so you can see it. It's always a validation from a community. We need every voice we can get.
Yes.
Please speak about us whenever you can, if you can. You know, it matters because our squad doesn't go out into the light much. And like, for example, I'm serious. My big brother has been glued to his Unreal Engine for so long that he looks like the logo, like he's all gray. Like I'm like, he looks like the Unreal Engine logo. Like, his beard is white and everything.
Oh god.
And his like eyebrows are all white. He hasn't worked.
Is he getting enough vitamin D?
He's working every day, and he's like, "Yo, we need to get this out." And he's making something that I can play. I told him, "I'm your brother, and if I can play something that I enjoy, then everyone else will." And he was like, "Okay, so I'm making a game for you first, and then for everybody." I'm like, "We're all making a game for ourselves first, and then everybody else." That's the point of an indie studio.
Okay.
If you're not making a game for yourself, then what's the point of an indie studio? Then go work for EA, go work for Ubi.
Good
I don't
question.
know. Yeah.
Yeah, that is.
I think you should put yourself in your game. It should be you. Because why else are you doing this? I'm doing it because I want to be in the game. Like, not personally, but my efforts. My efforts. Yeah.
Actually,
you can be in the game. It's cool.
We have a bald guy in there, but they're gonna outvote me and take him out. We have one bald guy in the squad, and they're about to give him hair. So
no, there's gotta be. I mean, I see from the trailer. There's the bald guy.
Yeah, but they're about to give him hair. So because I told them, let's keep one bald guy for design ease. You know, when you're designing, it's a lot of you save cost when you got one bald guy. You don't have to design hair. And they're like,
true.
yeah,
That's actually true in real life
like,
too. I can verify that.
Yeah,
Save
and you know how many
time and
there's bald guys like me and Zach that will love the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna get outvoted.
Yeah,
The
but
only thing I would say is I would literally give myself some of that gray stubble on the side, so people think it's like it's because I'm old, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, like this guy's definitely lost all his hair. I'm like, catch me. No.
We purchased assets on the Unreal library. I am going to say it. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. We spent money. We spent our family savings on saving up a couple of money to buy swords, and you know how it is. You need to, like, you've seen The Matrix when he was like, "We need guns." Lots of guns. That's literally what I told Mo. I was like, "Get me all the guns you can find in the library." He was like, "Okay, lots of guns." Like,
yeah, I mean,
you know,
that's I mean, as like an indie studio, you have to like use some of the assets that you can buy or some of the free ones as well, because that's basically doing indie things as an indie studio.
So much.
Thank you for not judging, guys.
Yeah. We don't judge that, because like you're not AAA studio where you can like spend like I don't know, like $1 million just on the assets or something. I don't know, like hire a lot of people and make them make some original asset or whatever. But I think it feels like, like listening to your story feels like you guys are kind of like learning as you guys develop as well. Kind of like you're like progressing and also maturing in this area of developing. Yeah, so I think it feels like probably the community that you already have are feeling the same way, because they're like, oh, this studio team I started following, they got better and better and better. They probably see the journey that you guys are taking and see like from the beginning and then like the end product that they'll be playing later on. So they'll probably appreciate that as well.
Yeah, and like when you mocap characters, and you put your face on them as a dev, that's literally you in the game. Like your efforts are so part of it. Like because when you're an indie dev, you're literally doing everything, right? So like Mo does 15 people's jobs at once, and he never complains. He's like, hey Ahmed, I just need you to give me better stuff. We're like, okay, so I have to go plan and give him stuff, but when you put all these characters out, it's a part of who you are and your identity as a human. And I'm gonna say that this is not our only IP in mind. Like we have a couple of IPs in mind that we're developing. Obviously, like these things take a lot of thought and character development and brainstorming imaginative long narratives and dialogues to make it feasible. So this is the first one, which is a science fiction thing. But for example, we were thinking of something later that's like down the medieval fantasy line, later on. But when we are stronger and we can punch above our weight class. But right now, we're going to shoot for something within our weight class to keep it simple. And later on, we're going to tackle something bigger. But we believe that every project, you should bring something like an innovative mechanic or something. Like, for example, the Claire Obscure thing. How did you feel about the parrying system? Like, was it okay? Okay, it was hard, right? Some people thought it was hard. But for us, I think that I love to play a turn-based for the slowness of it. I'm not trying to play a turn-based to be on the controller all the time. So, for example, when I'm designing it, I keep that in mind when I'm going. Yeah. And our team, for example, has a very varying types of age groups, backgrounds. These humans are so different from each other. And I love it because they give you different perspectives. That's not something that big studios have, because I literally get them because they are humans that have been not respected, not valued, not appreciated by bigger teams, and they literally have nowhere to go. And they're like, we need to build something that's going to protect us. And I'm like, okay, brick by brick, we're going to make a ship, not bricks, wood. We're going to make a ship, and then we're going to put it in the sea, and then we're going to sail. That's how we're going to approach it. And I rally myself and everybody like that.
That's dope.
That is a good mindset, I would say.
Thank you.
That's great. Awesome.
But yes, building a ship out of bricks could be rough.
Yeah.
It would definitely sink.
Well, I mean, you can make it work. I wouldn't know how to design that,
Yeah, you got to start from scratch too, right? Yeah.
Okay.
So that's gonna take a long time.
This is me when I'm doing research. Like, I love the best part about game deving is that you're researching while gaming. You're researching. So everybody's like, what are you doing? I'm researching. They're like, no, go back to actually working.
Yeah.
You're like, you've researched for quite a while, sir. You're like, I'm trying to figure this mechanic out.
No, we're researching Deus Ex,
Yeah, so that's good. That's good. That's a perk for working in the gaming industry. Like you're researching or you're reaching out to these people or something while watching like streams and YouTubes or any other that.
Sorry, go on.
I was gonna say, I always think that's one of the game jobs I could have that would be on the lowest tier, and I would never be like, even if I got paid just minimal for it, maybe be game tester. Just I go to work and I tell people what sucks. I'm like, this sucks. You might want to fix that.
This thing is not as fun as you think. It sucks.
I believe it, but I would definitely be the kind of guy like, hey, did you guys think about this? Because this is horrible. And they're like, what? I'm like, yeah, fix that.
Yeah, it's annoying. Yeah, I hate it. Because you get all the glitches. But I was going to just give a shout out to the PlayStation squad, because they just gave us they were nice enough to put us on the indie developer program, which is something I want to promote to people. Is that if you're a tiny studio and you're trying to develop your games for the PS5, they have a really beautiful indie dev program. If you qualify for it, they will hook you up with a kit. They will hook you up with the SDKs, everything. They will hook you up with everything you need to develop. Now, unfortunately, the dev kit, you can't game with it. I would have played with it, but it's reserved for the big brother. I can't play with it. So, yeah, but they're nice. So like it's something helpful to promote to other devs when you guys promote this. Is that you can tell them go on this PlayStation program because they hook indie devs up and they get a free not a free, you get a contract because this thing is these things are costly, and you get a kit they're very costly, so they loan you a kit per dev. So we got only one, big brother gets one, and it's like in a glass thing because we're like, oh, we got this from Japan. Wait, we made it. We got this from Japan. I don't know, it's a big deal for us. We grew up with PlayStation, so to get something from Sony feels good to us.
Yeah, that is very true. Yeah.
Yeah. But you gotta because they put you on a contract, and you're it's they extend it for you, and they just when you get the money, you pay them back. So it's nice. It's a nice program. So when we put Soulscape out for PC, it's going on PS5 first because they showed us love, and then Xbox next because we're not that close with Xbox, but we will be. Not yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Meh.
Yeah. Microsoft can just yeah.
No, man, I'm not gonna hate. No, Microsoft's okay, but it was just these guys came in first, so they get special treatment, and then the other people.
Xbox is one of the most sharing out of all the companies, though, when it comes to their stuff. They're like, hey, you can have this. And they're like, what? And they're like, yeah, we don't want it.
And also, Microsoft is pretty open to indie games too. Like they have their own indie game showcase thingy.
True.
Which is actually coming up also.
Yeah, that and Summer Game Fest are coming up.
Yeah.
And also,
I'm gonna get myself some snacks and chill and watch that.
Yeah, and also, I'm going to Play X4 tomorrow, which is a second biggest gaming event in Korea. So.
Nice.
Where are you going to tomorrow?
Play X4. It's
Where's my ticket?
If you come to Korea, you got your ticket.
By the time he gets to Korea, it'd be over.
If
you tell me, George.
If you leave now, you can still make it tomorrow, and it's gonna be open for the weekend too.
Hey, I'm not coming to work tomorrow, guys, and I'm just messing with you.
Yeah. Just
I need to know the stuff in advance.
Yeah, come with Anthony to BIC or something.
Anthony's coming to BIC.
I don't know, Anthony. Are you?
I need his dates and his address to his apartment in New York.
Yes, while he's away. I'll be there too. Okay, Anthony will come to Korea, and we'll just go there and.
He's like, "Where's everybody?" We're like,
And that's true.
I think. Thank you for coming to the podcast, Ahmed. I know you guys are probably busy. Anything else? Any time spent out of development is probably very valuable and very precious for you guys.
Yes.
So thank you
marketing for me. I get pulled out of development to marketing, so deving and marketing.
Okay,
Deving and marketing. That's how we run. Yeah, this is technically me marketing our game to you guys.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and the audience.
You guys about it technically. So, but hey, anything I can share with you guys to share with other devs, because I've been watching you guys on a couple of videos. I was kind of I hope they call me. I hope. So I'm like, okay, yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So honestly, I learned a lot of stuff when I watched the talks, because I learned about the other devs and what they're doing, and I hope this is helping the other devs and what they're doing.
Yeah, that's actually our intention too. I know a lot of the people that are watching our show is gamers, but also some of them are hopefully indie devs who actually get good information or experience from the talks that we have with indie game devs and people in there. So hopefully this is, do you have anything to add before we kind of end the show? And
No, I have plugged my squad enough. Just the fact that I would appreciate any type of support when we do push our game out. We're gonna have a test build soon. When I do, I'll share it with yourself and your community, and wish us luck. And it's awesome to talk to you guys.
Luck. Yeah,
Yeah.
100% luck.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So
Yeah.
so if you haven't already played or wishlisted, it's called Soulscape. The episode 1 is out.
Yeah,
they're
episode
working
1
on
is out. Yeah.
Yeah, and the second one they're working on it. So once that is out, we can all go play it. If you wishlisted, you'll get notifications. So
Yes, and we'll get one out for everybody for free in a bundle once 2 is out. So just
Yeah.
wishlist the second, and you're gonna enjoy it. So
Yeah,
thank
that's
you,
awesome.
thank you. It was awesome to meet you, Anthony. It was awesome to meet you, George, Zach. It's
Yep.
nice. I feel nice to be here. Thank
Yeah,
you.
oh.
I'm gonna go have a beautiful dinner.
I forgot to ask you, when do you plan on releasing the second episode? Do you have like a plan or?
Why do you guys have to put me on the spot?
I mean, you
I'm kidding. No. Okay, so we're planning to get 3 levels out to you guys early 2026.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay,
3
good.
levels. We're
That's a
we're
good
agreeing
goal.
on 3 levels internally because every time, like, we started with 10, and they were like, "Oh, we can't do this. Let's do 5," and they were like, "Oh, let's do 3." So now we stuck with 3. We're like, 3 is
Okay.
doable. We can do.
Okay.
3. Yeah. So
About to
yeah,
say.
you guys will get it 2026 early.
Okay, sounds
Like,
good.
let's just do one. You're like, whoa.
No.
We're done.
One.
This is their part. I can't let them get away with too much. You know?
Okay.
So
But
thank you for
That's
having
funny.
me. It's an honor.
okay, thank
Yeah.
you.
Having you.
Thank you for coming, Anthony and Zach as well. Yeah, this is time to say goodbye. It's a sad moment, but yeah, when your second episode is out, we'll probably try to invite you again and have another conversation with us. So, thank you for coming. And
Bye.
Sweet
yeah.
sorrow.
For those of you who haven't subscribed already, please subscribe and like. And also, thank you for watching. And we'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye bye. Dun, dun, dun.